Amara was born in a village unlike any other, known simply as the Bald Village. For generations, every woman had been hairless, a fate that no one questioned and no one escaped. But Amara was different. When she emerged into the world, her head was covered in thick, black hair, shining under the lantern light as midwives screamed in shock. Her mother died during childbirth, and her father passed away soon after, leaving her alone in a world that had never seen a girl like her. She was sent to live with her aunt, Mama Vio, and cousin Vio, where comparisons began immediately, unspoken but sharp. Amara's hair was more than unusual, it marked her for a destiny no one in the village could have predicted. Every glance at her hair carried admiration, envy, and unease. Her life would never be ordinary. But what came next would shock the Bald Village and change everything they had ever known. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Who was this girl? Why did her hair terrify the villagers? Could one child truly break a curse that had lasted generations? The oracle called the village together at the sacred grove, telling everyone that the curse would one day end, and that the girl who carried what was taken would rise to bring change. Every eye turned toward Amara. Her legs shook, her heart raced, and her aunt's expression tightened with concern. Villagers whispered among themselves, some excited, some fearful, all uncertain. What did this prophecy mean for the Bald Village? Could Amara survive what was coming? Her appearance alone had disrupted the entire balance of the village. This girl, born with hair when no one else had it, was about to challenge generations of belief and fear. Each person watching that day would soon realize that Amara's life would test the limits of courage, innocence, and tradition, leaving the village forever transformed. Amara's early days were marked by loss and adjustment. Her aunt accepted her, but without love, and Vio, her cousin, observed her in silence, her bald head glinting in the sun while Amara's hair flowed thick and black down her back. Villagers could not help but notice her, stopping to whisper or glance, admiration shadowed by confusion and unease. Despite the attention, Amara remained diligent, polite, and helpful. She fetched water from the stream, carried wood, and greeted elders with respect. Slowly, the village grew both to admire and envy her. The oracle's prophecy added weight to her presence. Amara's hair was more than a physical trait, it was a symbol, one that carried the promise of breaking the curse. Yet Mama Vio watched constantly, uneasy, seeing in Amara what she could never have in her own daughter. This quiet tension built day by day, forming the undercurrent of what would soon erupt into chaos. One evening, Mama Vio handed Amara a drink after a long day at the stream. She drank, and a sudden heaviness overtook her body, her vision dimming until darkness swallowed her. When she awoke, she was surrounded by villagers shouting accusations, stones striking her shoulders and legs. They claimed she had been found with a man, that she had broken sacred tradition, that she had disgraced them all. Amara cried, insisted she had done nothing, but no one would listen. Mama Vio and Vio arrived, their presence silent but commanding, and Mama Vio declared her punishment. Amara's hair would be shaved, and she would be made like the rest of the women. Amara's pleas went unheard. With each stroke of the blade, her long hair fell in clumps onto the ground. Her body shook with grief. The crowd watched, some approving, some uncomfortable, but no one intervened. When it was over, Amara lay broken on the dusty earth, her heart shattered, and Mama Vio rose with a hollow satisfaction, believing she had removed the threat her niece posed. After the incident, Amara hid inside, stopped singing, stopped smiling, and felt the weight of rejection pressing upon her. Days and weeks passed, and then one morning, she touched her scalp and felt something unusual, tiny, rough strands of hair. By the next day, more had grown. Within weeks, her hair returned fully, growing as thick and black as before. Whispers spread through the village. How could this be? The girl who had been humiliated and shaved was growing hair again. Fear entered Mama Vio's heart. Word reached the palace, and guards were sent. The man who had been accused of lying beside Amara confessed he had been paid to do so. Justice was served, and Amara's innocence was confirmed. The story spread quickly, and people began to realize that her presence alone was changing the village, challenging beliefs, and offering hope where there had been none for generations. Amara's wedding to the prince marked a turning point for the Bald village. Mama Vio and Vio were tasked with carrying water and firewood for the ceremony, humbled by the consequences of their actions. Amara's hair flowed freely, her innocence restored, and her presence inspired awe among all who saw her. Women across the village began noticing strands of hair sprouting from their heads. Baldness, the ancient curse, was disappearing. The man who had lied was exposed, and the villagers understood the truth. Amara's courage, her persistence, and her unwavering innocence had broken the curse. What had been thought permanent for generations was now changing before their eyes. The village realized that purity and resilience could overcome even the harshest traditions. Amara's role as a queen would forever remind them that truth could not be silenced, and that the strength of one individual could reshape an entire community. Amara ruled with wisdom and compassion, forgiving those who had wronged her. Mama Vio and Vio, humbled by the events, served the village with diligence and learned lessons that would not be forgotten. Mothers hugged daughters and discovered the softness of hair growing where it had never been. Children ran freely through the streets, playing and laughing. The curse that had haunted the village for generations was gone, replaced with joy and hope. Amara's story became legend, told to every new generation. She had endured betrayal, punishment, and rejection, yet her strength, innocence, and courage healed a village, restored families, and redefined what was possible. The Bald village became a place where hair could grow again, where children could play without fear, and where jealousy and cruelty were remembered only as lessons of the past. Her legacy lived on as a symbol of hope and resilience. Do you think the village deserved her forgiveness? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.